was a poet whose name grew in notoriety much after he was gone. And the poems, especially the odes that he was writing when he was alive, people didn't really appreciate them as much as they came to appreciate them over the years. He had a rough life. He wanted to study to become a surgeon, but then he found out that poetry was more his thing. He had more passion for that. And so instead of going for the money, he decided to go for the passion. Well, the kind of cruel or sick irony in there was that when his mother died, she left him an inheritance, which included inheritance from her father as well. So there was money from his grandpa and the mom. But the person who was running the estate somehow never told him about it. So in today's money, he had $1 million with his name on it. He never saw it. Never touched it. Lived in poverty all his life. In fact, this came to play later on in life when he met a woman whom he fell in love with and he wanted to marry, but he didn't have the money to pay the dowry. And her mom refused because he was penniless. So he went to live with his brother, who had tuberculosis, and to take care of him. And at age 25, Keats got tuberculosis himself, and it was recommended that he go away to somewhere warmer. And so he went to Rome, and it was in Rome where he died. But see, he was always concerned with how his words would live on. Would all of his poetry be forgotten? Would it just be burned or thrown to the side because all of the critics had shunned him? Some had even said, it's better to be a failed and penniless surgeon than a failed and penniless poet. So back to the operating table for you, young man. People didn't really believe it. People didn't believe that his works could survive. He certainly didn't believe it, and this really concerned him. And as I was thinking about this, it made me think of a passage in Job. And it was there in the lectionary for this week, and I just kept reading over. I kept missing it. And as I was looking at commentaries, I thought, look at this. Just the beautiful gems. I want to read it to you. So as Job is struggling and being told that he's out of his mind for still trusting in and believing in God despite all the things that were happening to him, while his friends were telling him, you must have done something wrong. This doesn't make sense that you would suffer like this for no reason. Even his own wife said, just curse God and die. What's the matter with you, fool? And so everybody's against him, and as if it weren't bad enough that he'd lost all of his children and his home and all of his livestock, and he had nothing. Everybody was dead. So here he is, wishing that people could still believe him when he said, no, God is going to take care of this. I know you all don't see it. I know you all can't conceive of how this is going to be okay, but I still believe that it's going to be okay. I wish you guys would remember me saying this. And so he writes this. Oh, that my words were written down. Oh, that they were inscribed in a book. Oh, that with an iron pen and with lead they were engraved on a rock forever. For I know that my Redeemer lives, and that at the last he will stand upon the earth, and after my skin has been thus destroyed, and then my flesh, I shall see God, whom I shall see on my side, and my eyes shall behold, and not another. For I know my Redeemer lives. I wish these people would listen to me. I wish my words would live on so that they could remember this moment, and when God finally does make everything okay, I wish that they would remember that I said these words, that my Redeemer lives, and that God will take care of it. We get so caught up in the whats and the whys and the whos, and we wonder what the heck is going on. We wonder why we're stuck in a certain situation, or why God is making us suffer or letting us suffer. And we wonder, where the heck is God? Why isn't God doing anything? But Job reminds us that in the end it will be okay. We don't know how. We don't know why. We don't know what's working in the background or underneath, but we know that God has got this. God is doing things through us, through the people around us, somehow working things that we can't possibly imagine. But as Job says, my Redeemer lives. And so you have these Sadducees coming to Jesus, and they're smart alecks. They don't believe in the resurrection, right? So they come to Jesus, and in the resurrection, how's it going to be when you have a messed up version of 7 brides for 7 brothers, or more 7 brothers for 1 wife? How's that going to work out? And Jesus is like, nice try, guys. Nice try. See, the question completely misses the point. Because God is the God of the living, and here you're talking about dead people. Didn't Moses stand at the burning bush and hear God say, I am? Not I was, not I will be, but I am. I am the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, as if they were still alive. They were long dead and gone. But somehow God was reassuring Moses, I am. As we live our lives, I always say this at funerals and memorials, we're writing our story. We're writing our life story by the way we live our lives, by the encounters and interactions we have with other people. We're writing our biography. And it's written in the hearts of others. But the difficult part is, we don't know what's going to happen with that. We don't know where somebody's going to take that. We don't have control over it. And sometimes we have to not be so consumed over what people are going to think about us or remember about us or what our legacy is going to be, or if you're a writer, how your works are going to be received, or any type of an artist for that matter. We come to a point where we just have to let go and let God take over. Now, in whatever sense this word redeemer means to all of us, there is redemption in our stories. We have to do our best to make the stories good, but we also have to trust that God will redeem our stories, no matter what they are. Thankfully, Keats got this. As consumed as he was about having his name live on, and especially his works, he finally realized that in order to be remembered, he was going to have to let go. And so when he had his tombstone made, before he died, he asked that the epitaph on the tombstone be written, "Here lies one whose name was written in water." His name might have been on the tombstone. Because he realized he had to let it go. How impermanent is that? Written on water. Written in the hearts of humankind. A legacy. A story. Thankfully for us, the story worked out well for him. For us, anyway. We lost him, but his work survived. Things went well there. We need to trust God has got this. Whatever it is. Whatever's bugging you right now, whatever's weighing on your mind, whatever you're toiling or worrying about, whatever I'm toiling or worrying about, you've got to remember God has got this, and we need to let it go. Because the Redeemer lives and will always, always come through in the end. And up until that point when we have to let go and realize it's out of our control,